The federal government says after reviewing scientific evidence and consultation with stakeholders, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous, it has decided to not list the American eel under the Species at Risk Act. Stanley King is with Atlantic Elver Fishery, with us to talk about the potential impact of this in what has been a controversial fishery over the years. Mr. King, at first blush, what might this mean for the fishery?
Well, as you know, Tom, this is a long overdue decision, and it's certainly welcomed by industry. We're happy to have this monkey off of our back, and we really do applaud the new minister and her team for getting this done after 12 long years. The impacts are going to be pretty substantial, we think. This opens up the industry for greater development. It also opens up spin-off opportunities like aquaculture, which we could do locally and potentially inject hundreds of millions of dollars a year into the regional economy.
All right, let's get into some of that. First of all, I mean, there was concerns leading up to this in terms of conservation or the health of the stock. What changes there?
Well, quite frankly, the decision signals that the government has rejected fear mongering and has embraced the scientific data that clearly shows that the American eel in Canada is not threatened. It's not even close to being threatened, and it doesn't deserve a SARA listing. The Fisheries Act has all of the tools that the government needs to ensure sustainability and conservation of this stock, and the government recognizes that.
All right, so it's not going on the list, but how likely is Ottawa to expand the allowable catch share?
Well, that is the million-dollar question. We have seen, obviously, in the last few years, an expressed interest from First Nations to access the fishery, which had resulted in the expropriation of quite a bit of quota from the incumbent license holders. So we're not sure what Ottawa's plans are, but there could be a tax increase in the making.
And so who should get that increase?
Well, of course, the industry side would like to see industry at least get some of it, if not all, for compensation for the lost quota that we had taken from us in spring of this year. But ultimately, it's the government's decision, and we're just happy to have the SARA listing off of our back. It was an impending doom that we've suffered through for 12 years that if the wrong decision had have come out, it would have instantaneously ended the fishery. So we're happy to have that off the table.
And now you're talking about growing the fishery, and it's a fishery that I dare say 10 years ago, a lot of people probably would never even much heard of. When you talk about the potential here, what are you seeing?
Well, typically, every year we gauge and quantify the Elver Run for the Maritimes through what we call the East River Chester Index. And for the last 7 years, the returns have been off the charts. I mean, we're talking about double, triple, quadruple, 1 year, 5 times the average return. So our stocks are quite healthy, and they seem to be just getting better and better every spring. So the government's going to use this data and develop, a responsible, precautious management plan, and we could foreseeably see, a sizable increase in the TAC safely under a precautionary framework.
I know that it's catching the elvers, the baby eels, and they're going overseas. What might this decision by Ottawa mean for growing the eels to maturity here and selling them rather than sending them abroad as tiny elvers?
Well, that's going to be a big bonus for us. We basically ship out our product and allow China to make 10 times the profit by growing them for 1 year and shipping them back to us. So they make 10 times as much off of our natural resource as the fishermen and the country does. So we are very keen to start our own aquaculture company, and we have done so. And it's about as old as this SARA listing, 12 years. And we have been basically stalled waiting for this SARA listing to resolve itself because investors won't invest. The banks shy away. Whenever there's the ability or potential for a fishery to end in one foul swoop, nobody's willing to take the chance on that. So this is going to open a lot of doors for investment in aquaculture, and we should be able to hit the ground running and inject quite a bit of money into the local economy, which is a good story and a win for the government as well.
Well, we'll watch what does happen next. Stanley King, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.